Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you can't tell, we're filming in a bathroom. This is my bathroom at my mom's house that I actually got to pick out everything, and my grandfather paid for it and let me build it, so to speak. And I haven't filmed in a little bit, and I wanted to be somewhere where I'm comfortable, and this bathroom is my second sanctuary rather than my closet here. I just got done putting on makeup and my hair is up because I haven't felt like messing with it or doing anything with it. Haven't filmed in a little bit, and I wanted to be comfortable and sit down with you guys and share a little bit of my tea with you guys. If you haven't subscribed to Kirkendoll's and Messy Life, you should. Go ahead, hit the notification bell, be a part of my growing family, and let's get into it. As you can tell by today's title, we are going to talk about death, and I really want to keep the questions very simple, but I had this subject plan for a very long time, for probably now 3 or 4 months. And I have my notebook here for and stuff written down on it for I don't forget anything, but it bothered me that we never got to, as a kid, that I never quite knew about death until my father passed away. Had I heard about death? Sure. But I hadn't been able to even communicate about death with anybody, and that's why I want to put out this video, because we have death happen all around us, even as simple as seasons changing. And in real aspect, death is a change. It is a change. If the person that's still here on this realm, it's a change for them. And when I googled what is death, it came up with body stops working. And it's like, okay, well, that works for animals, for people who have pets and don't want to have pets, and describe what happens after they pass away and that sort of thing. And my other question, I remember as a kid, and even still today, I mean, I have logic in there as well, but is death forever? Will I die someday? And those are questions I hear that parents don't want to answer if they have kids. That's something they just rather wait till they're older, and I understand that, because we all will pass away someday. None of us are infinite. We haven't figured that out yet. And if someone has, drop it down in the comments and let me know, because I would be interested in that debate. But I remember that feeling of once my dad passed away and the funeral, all that happened, going back to school and being around people and not knowing how to communicate where I've been, how I was feeling, because people just don't talk about that. And even as an adult, and this is the thing that gets me, even as an adult today, people don't talk about it, and I don't understand why. Yes, it's not comfortable to talk about, but people complain all the time, and that's not fun to hear about. So what is the difference that I am not getting? That's something. Am I missing something? What is the difference there? Why don't people communicate? I wish as a kid that I was able to communicate with it. It wasn't till my mom took me to therapy for I could go through the proper stages of grief, because I was in anger for over, I think, a year and a half of grief, because I didn't know how to deal with it, and I didn't know how to talk to anybody about it. And granted, yes, a child dealing with death and an adult dealing with death is totally two different things, but they also go through a lot of the same steps, and I think it should be more talked about. Therefore, this video. And I said, like, you know, that I wrote down on here that I still have questions today on, and these are my questions I do still have today. How can I accept death? How do we accept death? And especially of a loved one, it doesn't have to be just of a parent, a grandparent, a uncle, pets. How, you know, a lot of parents don't want to get pets because they don't want to have to explain that. And my question is, do you not know how to explain it? Do you not want to? And my other thing is, I think it's fear. I don't think it's that they don't know, you know, it's fear of the unknown of what happens after we pass away. So we'd rather just use the stigma and not talk about it. And even many years later, how long will I have these feelings? I am 30 years old, and I lost my father at 11 years old, and I lost, you know, and I've lost grandparents since then, and taken care of them and even watched them take their last breath. And the thing is, people who work in hospice, it's an everyday occurrence. You have signs, you have anatomy. And when I was in the medical program, that's what I loved about it. It was logic. It was just steps. Oh, when you pass away, you know what's really funny is that your head tilts to the right, leans back, and your mouth hangs open. And so there's all these signs, but why don't people talk about them? And I really think it's fear, and I want us to actually start getting over that, start talking about this. And am I still sad about my grandparents and my dad? Sure, I have that, but also in this other realm, me being a medium, I get to see things and talk to them in a whole new aspect that I never thought I would get to. And that I know does not relate to everybody. But, you know, there's so many different people that are waking up, so to speak, or going to get read, have mediums be read. And even people that don't believe in it, I have read for them. And it's that kind of, I'm not going to believe in what you do, but I want to hear from my loved one, and I will believe what they say within that hour that I'm with you. And again, it's fear. It just boils down to fear. That's what this is. They're fearful of, my gosh, you know, I can reach out to them. They're right there with me. I think it would blow a lot of people's mind if they could see behind the veil what I see. You know, when I homesit my mom's house here, and this was her parents' house before it was hers, and they're both passed away. The shower right here that you see behind me, sometimes my grandmother lurks within there, and the reason why is because when I would come in here, just like I am now, I would be stripped. My walls, my barriers, my mask, everything would come off. And I would have my breakdowns in here, and heck, I'd have parties in here. I'd have my champagne, my tequila in here. I would have it would be me, about me. And like I said, when I house sit and there's no other energies in here with my mom and her husband, no other vibrations, her parents sit there and have coffee still at the kitchen table. And doesn't that just blow your mind? Sometimes I smell coffee, and I don't even make coffee here, guys. And I mean, that's what's so weird. They still come in and out. And it's something I can not totally explain, and I can't reveal everything and show you. I can't show you the ghost that's right back behind here. I don't know if she'll pop in. Probably not. I don't know. And being a medium taught me more about death and just how insignificant death is. And we make it a big deal, and it's just out of fear. Let's cut that out. I have on here as well that we are taught to go through the motions of death, but not the feelings. So that is a real thing. We are taught to, like when I look back at my counseling, I was taught to go through the motions of grieving. Yeah, she knew I was in anger stage. She was trying to get me through I think it's 5 or 6 stage of grieving. If you know, write in the comments down below. You know, to get, and once you have done those stages of grieving, you're done. And you're not. I'm sorry. And right now talking, my whole throat is done up because I feel how you guys are so fearful of this. And that's again being a medium, empath, and even in this house, my mom and her husband, it's kind of like you don't want to rock the boat. But my question is for those who are watching, and if you don't feel comfortable commenting, inbox me. How old were you when you first experienced death? And who did you tell about it? Who did you communicate about it with? I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go get a drink of water, and you have a good rest of your week, and subscribe. Bye.